Hey guys, so today we're going to be looking at more Am I Wrong stories. Yeah, let's just get right into the video. So today, my office building was throwing a little fiesta themed event and they offered free lunch in the cafeteria. A bunch of us went down to grab food. While I was standing in line, I opened the Nest Camera app to check on something and saw a little bird that's been showing up outside every day. I laughed and casually said to no one in particular, "This bird comes to visit me every day." Right after I said that, a coworker who has made pregnancy comments towards me before came up, rubbed my belly without asking, and said something like, "Maybe it's because you've got a baby bird on the way." Ah! Yeah, I would be livid if anyone touched me. Like, I don't like it when someone's shoulder brushes past me. How dare you touch my belly? And then they're gonna say, "That's because you're pregnant." Yo, I felt this immediate wave of rage. Like, why are we still doing this in 2025? So I said, "Don't be wishing that kind of bad luck on me." She looked super taken aback, and my boss, who overheard, also looked at me like I'd said something offensive. It felt like I was the crazy one for being upset. But I didn't ask to be touched. I'm not pregnant, and I really don't like people making those kind of comments about my body. I am not overweight, which only makes it weirder because I do not look pregnant. She doesn't even look pregnant, then why is the lady like touching her and stuff? I mean, obviously, even if someone was pregnant, you shouldn't be touching the belly. Like, you should always ask. I thought in 2025, we all know how important consent is. So, like, why is a woman doing that to another woman? What the heck? We do not claim her. Gee. But I love how she was like, "Don't be wishing the kind of bad luck on me. I don't want to get pregnant." She was definitely not wrong. Because why would you want someone to touch your belly? Ugh, thinking about that, I'm mad. Like, can't you go to like HR for this? Because it's like someone's touching you without your consent. That's low-key assault. Maybe not even low-key, that's straight up assault. Because you're touching someone's belly. Why are you touching someone's belly? Like, why are you touching me? I don't want to be touched. Don't touch me. I'm a girl who has several tattoos, some big and quite visible. My boyfriend met me like that and I hadn't had any problem with it. He invited me to go dinner with his family and I accepted, but he casually mentioned, "Maybe you could wear something with sleeves just so we don't start any drama." I asked what he meant, and he said his grandparents are very old school and might not react to my tattoos. He said he didn't want the night to be awkward. I told him I wasn't going to hide part of myself to make his family more comfortable. He said it's not about hiding, it's about respect. Yo, he just made it worse. I told him respect goes both ways and I shouldn't have to pretend to be someone I'm not. He got upset and said I was overreacting and making it a bigger deal than it is. I told him that I would go to dinner, but that I wouldn't cover my tattoos. But then he asked me to please not attend, that if I was going to be more difficult, it'll be better to not be there. That really rubbed me the wrong way and it made me feel confused. Because I think maybe I did behave badly and I shouldn't have reacted so against the idea. I don't want to cause drama with his family, but I have had a hard time feeling comfortable in my skin and learning to deal with the stigma people have towards me because of my tattoos. And I don't want to go back and hide again. Plus, I don't think I would be honest with his family either if I show myself as I am not. I mean, that's valid for them. Because if they don't want to hide the tattoos, then they just don't want to hide it. Why would you have to do something just to make someone else feel comfortable? Because they have different beliefs. She's standing up for herself and she's just like, yeah, tattoos don't mean anything bad. And that's true. They don't mean anything bad. There's just like a horrible stigma with tattoos and yeah, that's messed up. And that should be changing. That's just the way how some people express themselves through art. But I do feel like if she values their relationship, it's okay to compromise sometimes because it's way harder to change an elderly person's beliefs than for her to just, wear a sleeve and everyone's happy kind of thing. So yeah, it just depends on what she values more. I go to the gym regularly and mind my business, but there's this guy who always interrupts me mid-set to fix my form, even when I'm literally doing it right. I tried being polite at first, but it kept happening. Today he touched my back without asking to help, and I kind of lost it and told him to leave me the hell alone. He touched her? You can help someone without touching them, okay? Don't touch someone without their consent. I told him loud enough that other people heard and he looked super embarrassed. Now some of the regulars are acting like I overreacted and made it awkward for everyone. I don't like making a scene, but I also hate being treated like I don't know what I'm doing just because I'm a girl. She was definitely not wrong for snapping because seriously, why is someone touching her without her consent? Like, she's doing it right as well. So like, is he just making an excuse to like try to correct her so he could touch her? Yeah, I'd be so mad if every single time I went to the gym and there's the same guy telling me what I need to do. Did I ask? You know what I mean? Still, don't touch me. Okay, I don't care. Don't touch me. The only reason why she lost it though was because he touched her. If he didn't touch her, she would just be like, "Oh my god, this guy's so annoying, whatever, whatever, whatever." But he literally touched her back. Ugh! Disgusting. My wife and I have been together for 14 years, married for 11. I've been cheated on in the past several times, so I'm very sensitive to any behavior that could be construed that way. Wait, does that mean he's been cheated on with his previous relationships? Not his current one? My wife goes to the same gym 5 days a week and is always there when they open at 5 a.m. It's a serious thing for her. I personally go 3 days a week but a different gym. Needless to say, conversations have been struck up with her by various people for the last 5 years or so. So one guy in particular who is divorced and 15 years older started being friendly to her a while back. Not sure how long exactly. A conversation arose about a good lunch special at a steakhouse in town. You gotta try this pork chop, etc. Well, on Friday afternoon, she went to lunch with this gentleman, and then when she came home, she mentioned that her leftovers were from this place and that she went with a friend. Never said anything about a work friend, so I pressed a bit more for curiosity's sake. She told me what happened and swore up and down nothing happened, and she's not interested in that way. I will say our marriage has had its up and downs, but the ups are way higher than the downs. My wife has given me 0 reasons in 14 years not to trust her. However, the circumstances are quite suspect. What does everyone think? I do feel like she should have done some things more differently. Because let's say you're married for 14 years, right? If you're going out with a friend, I think your partner should know who you're going out with. Because I think after 14 years of being married, if your partner's like, yeah, I'm just going out with a friend, okay, bye. That would seem a bit weird because if you're married for 14 years, you probably know all their friends, right? And normally they would probably be like, yeah, I'm going out with this name friend. But she didn't say the name friend this time. It's just like a friend. So that's where I feel like she's gone wrong. I feel like she should have been upfront about it the first thing. So I can see why he's suspicious because it's like, wait, but I know all your friends. How come now this time it's just I'm going out with a friend? So I can totally see why. I can see why. So yeah, I think he should just tell her to like maybe start setting some boundaries. Because honestly, if I was in this situation, I wouldn't like that. If I had a husband of 14 years and he goes to the gym every day and he probably sees another woman who works out there every single day too, and they get lunch maybe every week because they're friends now and it's more convenient for them to just be like, let's just go eat here kind of thing. I would not be comfortable with it, honestly, not gonna lie. I'll be like, I don't like that. I mean, obviously he can have a gym friend, etc. But I feel like going out of his way afterwards when his intention was only going to the gym, but now it's changed to going to lunch with a friend. Now that's a bit different. That changes everything. But maybe I'm just jealous. Well, that's it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Tell me in the comments down below what your thoughts are. And as always, thanks for watching. Hope you guys liked it and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.